Hello and welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is about your next dream come true. There are 3 groups to pick from, starting with group 1 and then group 2 and group 3. I'll show you some close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with strawberry quartz. Group 2 with blue aura quartz. Group 3 with Sunstone. Take a deep breath in with me and hold it. And slowly release that breath. When you're ready, pick a group. If you need more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. Once you know your group, scroll down to the description box or the comments and find the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with a reading for group 1. Hi group 1. So if you picked the strawberry quartz, this is your reading. Just going to pop your crystal up there for it. We will start with your Believe in Your Own Magic card. Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. Before I start reading into that, I'm going to get you a few tarot cards. Tell me about group 1's next dream come true. So we have the 10 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. I'm also going to get your Oracle cards so that we can look into everything together. So first we have Empower Yourself. Tune in to your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. Next, bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. And co-create. Okay. So we're getting quite a clear message that your next dream come true is someone helping you. As we can see from the 10 of Wands, you have been struggling. I don't know if it's a lot of worries or burdens or your life's just been very difficult recently. It's very complicated. And you've been kind of like in this card, you've been climbing up the mountain by yourself, carrying a lot of troubles, a lot of worries. You may have had some small assistance, but nothing that has actually been able to help you propel yourself up the mountain. So I see you getting assistance. The 6 of Cups is a card of giving, generosity. It can also talk about people coming back from the past. So you may find that someone re-emerges and is there with a lending hand for you. I do think that you need it at the moment. You've been going through quite a lot and you're basically in need of help. You can't do this by yourself. But there is someone who's going to be reaching out to help guide you or just assist you. With bring love into the situation, I feel like this person who's helping you is either a friend, family member, or romantic partner. I think it's someone who loves and cares about you and can see that you're struggling and wants to help you move forward. With co-create, I don't think you can do this by yourself. I think you need someone's help to actually get over the hurdle that's currently facing you. With Empower Yourself, and also treat your body like the palace it is, I feel like you've been quite hard on yourself recently. You've told yourself that you cannot do this, you cannot climb the mountain, you cannot succeed. But this card is reminding you that you do have the power, you have what it takes. You may require a little bit of assistance or creating something with someone else's help. However, it is possible for you to succeed and achieve your goals. I'm going to get a couple more cards from the Quantum Oracle to get a little bit more information. Okay, so we have the honoring path, and hidden motivations. But did you see how it was upside down? I think that's key for this one, so we're going to keep it that way. I generally don't read cards upside down, but sometimes I just feel compelled to, and I feel like that makes more sense in this situation. Firstly, with the honoring path, there is a goal that you've got your mind on. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to achieve. And there are people who adore you and love you who want to help you on that road. You can literally see people applauding her as she stands on stage. And gifting with flowers, which again is very similar to the Six of Cups energy. It's helping others. And I do feel like there's someone there who wants to help you. And that is essentially your next dream coming true. It is someone lending this helping hand and helping you achieve what you want to achieve. With hidden motivations upside down, I feel like you might be a little bit scared to let someone into your inner circle, to let someone help you. You might want to continue doing things by yourself. However, please remind yourself that that is not working. You can see it's not working. You're not able to do this by yourself, and you're taking on too much, and it's causing you a lot of stress and tension, which you shouldn't have to deal with. I want to read this card. So I've got the book here. Let's have a look at Mirror. You've been feeling self-conscious as of late, but the answer isn't to change anything about yourself. The answer is to learn to love the body you've been given. Avoid those crash diets, that extreme exercise, or any other unhealthy behavior. Take strides toward a healthy mindset that accepts yourself as you are, not what you feel pressured to be. So that makes it sound like there is some self-hatred going on with you, and that might be adding to your worries or your troubles. Please don't feel that way about yourself. I mean, I can see that there are things to love about you. There are people who really love and care about you. There are people who want to show you kindness, and I do think someone will be bringing you an offering, whether it's an offering of support or service or an actual physical gift. Someone is helping you and giving to you, and then they're there to celebrate with you when you do succeed as well. I don't think they have any hidden motivations. I think they genuinely just want to see you happy. They really do care about you, and they want you to love yourself in the same way as they love and respect you. I just had a look at the Quantum Oracle book for hidden motivations reverse. This is really interesting. So it says when the card is reversed, it reveals that self-imposed roadblocks are starting to be cleared and your mind is becoming more focused. In fact, all that you need to know will begin to surface in ways that empower you and clear the path ahead. There may have been some hesitation about what you really want and about how to achieve it. There may have been others whose hidden motivations were getting in your way, but now is a time of returning power and increasing clarity for you. Continue to feel and affirm your worthiness and strength. Reevaluate your plans and take action in the light of your higher intentions. When you get your intentions clear, great strides can be made in the directions of your dreams. So that was just an additional note that you need to be clear about what it is that you want. So maybe you have become bogged down in other stresses in your life and you have lost sight of what you actually want. Please refocus your energy in terms of what you want to achieve and allow people to help you on that path. I can see that your dream is coming true. You are getting the assistance that you need, and I can see you're getting the recognition you deserve as well. There is some sort of huge achievement, something that you are accomplishing here. So I don't know whether you're going to get some sort of qualification or a promotion, but I do really see your dream coming true with this card, and I see people being really happy for you. But the way to get there, as I said, is through assistance, and it is coming your way. But what you may need to do to get that assistance, to welcome that in, is have some self-confidence, some self-belief, see yourself in a better light. Try and overcome those worries, those niggling doubts that you've got, because you are great the way you are. And I don't think you really believe that, but you need to start believing that. You are doing all that you can do. You are trying your hardest. You are walking uphill. It's an uphill battle, but there is help on the way very, very soon. And there are no hidden motivations there. They want to create something with you. They want to help you. They want you to achieve this fame and glory. That's all I've got for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Comment if you want to let me know anything that interested you. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your next dream comes true very soon. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you picked the blue aura quartz, this is your reading. Let's take a look at this card for you. So we have Potion. Remember to practice self-love. For a bit more information, I'm going to get a couple of tarot cards for you. Tell me about Group 2's next dream come true. Okay, so first the Queen of Wands. And the Star. Group 2, I just want to start by saying you're so lucky. These are two of my favourite cards in tarot, and you have them both. I'm going to get your oracle cards too so that we get a bit more information. So we have Love Where You Are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Breathe. What I'm seeing is the Star talks about being uniquely yourself. It's generally a sign of a wish coming true, so that obviously resonates with this reading. However, it's also the card that signifies Aquarius in astrology, and I feel like you're someone who's quite quirky and unique, and sometimes people display negativity towards you because of your special talents and your curiosity and your specific ways of thinking. So your views might be quite different to the majority, and sometimes people feel uncomfortable about that, so they show negativity towards you and they may put you down at times. I think that's impacted your self-esteem, and you struggle sometimes to like yourself because of that. However, the Star's an incredible card. It shows someone who has unique insight into things, and we need unique perspectives in the world. That's the only way that we will be able to have diversity and inclusion, and also how we'll manage to solve problems, because if everyone went about things in exactly the same way, if everyone took the same approach to problems, we would never get any new insights into anything. We would never discover new treatments for illnesses, for example. We need unique thinkers. We need people who aren't afraid to think outside the box and be different. And I think you've experienced some people who have made you feel bad for being different, who may have even bullied you for it, or made you feel like you are behind in some way. With Love Where You Are, I don't know if you're feeling like you're at a standstill, or you feel like you've been held up at key moments in your life, and people are looking down on you for that, or not seeing your worth. And that in turn is affecting your own self-esteem and self-worth. It's lowering it. I'd like to read from the book for this breathe card, because I just want to understand that a bit more deeply. Let's have a look. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses. Breathe in the sunlight and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. You have worked long and hard. Your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one, moving languidly, yet still progressing right now, in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins the race. You will indeed win if you relax. Stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. Okay, I like that with Love Where You Are, because Love Where You Are is stopping and smelling the roses. It's like you respecting where you've got to, how far you've come, and just standing still for a moment and taking in your surroundings. Being appreciative of how far you've come and not continually focusing on what's ahead of you, the dangers to come, the hurdles that you've got to jump over in the future. Instead, focus on how far you've already come to this point and be proud of yourself for that. Give yourself love and take a breather. I feel like you're taking on too much and it's got kind of hectic, out of control. You feel like life's a bit of a mess because you're struggling, and other people's negativity, their attitudes towards you, that's not helping either. It's really knocking your confidence. You need to find a way to get back up off the floor. And I think the way forward is relaxing and assessing your life, essentially, thinking about the journey you've been on and how much you have had to deal with in the past and how far you've come since then. Please don't solely focus on the future. Although that can have a positive effect on some people, it can also have a negative effect. If you don't appreciate all your accomplishments and achievements to date, then you'll feel as if you can't overcome any barriers in the future, or you can't accomplish anything in the future. And you also don't respect yourself enough to know that you've already overcome a lot. You've already overcome barriers in the past. So that should give you some sort of strength if you reflect on that, to know that you have the power to overcome similar barriers or even different barriers in the future. You have strength within you. I really see that in the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is someone who's really strong, really passionate, really creative. People look up to her as well. And I think sometimes you can get so focused on criticism. Even if it's constructive criticism, I think it really sinks in and stays with you for a long time. So you will forget the 5 people who have told you how much they admire you and who have given you compliments, and you will focus on the one person who has said something even remotely negative about you or about what you're doing or how you're working. You need to bring things into balance, and I think that's why this breathe card is there. You need to reflect on things, contemplate whether you're being rational in the balance here. So whether you're being rational in only seeing the negative when there is so much positive. I do feel like there are people out there who really recognize your unique take on the world and all your talents as well. There are people who really look up to you and admire you. And I think they go unnoticed sometimes. I don't think you see them, perhaps because you've got a slightly negative perception of yourself too, and you struggle to see your quirks, your strangeness as a good thing. But it is a good thing. It's a talent. It's what's going to lead you to bigger and better things in the future. Let's read about the Believe in Your Own Magic card. So we have Potion. You're familiar with the concepts of self-love and self-care, but either you've never actively practiced them or they're something you've fallen behind on. Either way, you should get back on track. Keep yourself maintained in all ways, big or small. That can mean calling it quits to take a luxurious bath instead. Or that can mean putting on a rosewater face mask and getting out your planner so you can sort out your life before it gets too out of control. That's really interesting because I do feel like your life has got a little bit out of control. It's kind of spun out of control, and that's why you need to take a breath. You need to refocus your attention. Just be proud of yourself. I think your next dream come true is coming from you releasing this negativity. When you take this breath and you sit down and really appreciate where you've got to, I think you'll realize that you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on the negative rather than the positive, and you'll start allowing in the compliments. When people are telling you good things, you'll start embracing that, and you'll start understanding what they're saying and taking it in, and it will raise your confidence and your belief in yourself, which is necessary because you are incredible. Your dreams are already coming true. I don't think you realize that. I don't think you realize how hard you've worked and how things are only going to get better from here. You've already had to come through quite an ordeal, but actually the part that you're moving on to is easier. It's somewhat easier. The next part of your journey is brighter and much easier to handle. So you just need to let this negativity go. And your next dream come true essentially comes when you let the negativity go. You need self-love. You need this time out. And you're going to be given an opportunity soon, I think, for this time out. Time to take a break and recharge, regenerate, and basically get some rest. I think you're a bit burnt out at the moment. And so you're not feeling like your usual self. You're not able to be this Queen of Wands right now, but that is coming. It's just on the other side of literally small steps like sorting out your calendar, as we read about, or doing some self-care activities, or getting yourself to the gym, or doing some artwork. I just feel like you need to embrace your hobbies. Just take a bit of a breather. Have some rest and things will get better. I really do see you succeeding. I mean, that is what the Queen of Wands card is. It's someone who is creative, driven, ambitious, successful, passionate. Everyone looks up to her. And that's what I see for you. You are strong, you are brave, and you will make it through. But it does require some relief, really. It requires you sitting down and dispelling the negativity before you can get there. I'm just going to get a couple of Quantum Oracle cards to see if there's any extra information for you, Group 2. Okay, so we got a few more cards than I wanted, but we've got the Loving Man, Teacher, and Discovery. Well, those are lovely cards for your next dream come true. In terms of Teacher, I feel like there is probably someone that you need to listen to, or some advice that you need to take in. You may learn that from a person. You could literally learn it from books, like in that, but I think it is a person. This is from the People group. There's another person who is as a loving man. So there may be a loving man in your life who you haven't been listening to because you've been so focused on this negativity. So I think both of these cards, you need to listen to whoever this teaching influence is, whoever's willing to give you advice. Take that in. It sounds like it is positive advice, but maybe this is what's being misconstrued as negative. It could even be constructive criticism that you're taking as negative. You're not actually taking in the hidden meaning there that is helpful, that will help you succeed. With the Loving Man, I do think your next dream come true is there is a loving man out there for you. And that might be romantic, it might be in terms of a friend or a family member that wants to help you on your journey. I see you discovering things as well. So you're literally like striking gold. Your next dream is coming true. But as I said, what it requires is this time out to stop and think and take care of yourself. But once you do that, and once you allow in the voices of people who care about you and who want better for you, you will make this discovery. You will find exactly what you want in life, and it will come to fruition as well. Generally, the advice you need is to release the negativity and take some time out, really, to work on yourself. That's all I've got for you today, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. Comment if you want to tell me anything about the reading. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. You can also hit that notification bell to stay up to date on my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your next dream comes true very soon. Bye. Hi, Group 3. If you chose the Sunstone, this is your reading. Just going to pop your stone up here for the rest of it. And I will also show you your Believe in Your Own Magic card. Red, Forgive. I'm going to get some tarot to get a bit more information on your next dream come true. Tell me about Group 3's next dream come true. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm loving these cards already, but let's see what we have with your Oracle too. Seeing both sides, take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. Hold your vision, fixed moon. Round and round. What I'm getting so far is a disappointment here. Someone's disappointed you. Now there are two options here, okay? Because it could be that someone's disappointed you, or it could be that something that's happened to you has disappointed you. This is definite disappointment, sadness. It can be depression in some cases. But what I want you to focus on with the Nine of Swords is, although she's sad, look at what's outside the window. The sun's coming up. So things are getting better. She just isn't aware of it yet. So with your next dream come true, I feel like you've been in this state for a while. You've been feeling depressed, you've been feeling sorry for yourself. With this card, we see seeing both sides. It's telling you to take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. I believe your next dream is coming true once you find it in your heart to forgive. I don't know whether this is forgiving yourself for something or forgiving another person, but that is what's going to lead you to your dream coming true and being in this Ten of Pentacles state. So Ten of Pentacles usually signifies, well, you can see it in the imagery, a happy family. It's success. It's feeling abundant. It's feeling like all your wishes have been granted and you are completely happy and comfortable with everything as it stands. With Round and Round, this talks about cycles, and I feel like you might have felt like you've been in some sort of negative cycle where things are literally going round and round and you can't break free of a negative cycle. You can't break free of this unhealthy dynamic that you've got going on. With Hold Your Vision, I feel like this is just encouragement that even though it feels like you can't break free, you can. there is another side of the coin. There is another side. You can break free, you can do better, you can be happy again. All it takes is, just stepping back and looking at the situation with an unbiased view. I think once you do that, you'll find either if you need to forgive someone else or forgive yourself. And once you do that, once you truly find that forgiveness, you'll be set free of this cycle, the cycle that isn't working. So you just need to keep the faith, because this is possible and your next dream will come true. You will feel free of whatever worries or sadness. Something has caused you some great sadness. I want to read from the book for this card. I've been doing that with every group. So this is the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Oh, right, okay, so it's someone else. Maybe it's a loved one. Oh, so it can be you as well. Okay, sorry, I should read it first. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This isn't a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through your sleepless late nights. That's exactly right. That was something I actually wanted to touch on. So forgiveness, I find that concept really difficult. Obviously, I do forgive people and I do forgive myself sometimes, but I don't think it's something that comes naturally or easily to me. Some things feel too horrible to forgive, but I'm also very aware that if you don't forgive at all, you can't feel healed yourself. You can't feel comfortable yourself. You just end up in this helpless cycle of repeating the trauma over and over again and thinking about it continuously. And that's not good for anyone. You need to free yourself from the baggage of the past, especially if you didn't cause it and someone else caused it. So I think sometimes when someone does something nasty to us, even though it was completely uncalled for and it caused you a lot of stress at the time, I think the right thing to do is to forgive either them or yourself in some way. So if you find it too upsetting and too traumatic to forgive them, then at the very least, forgive yourself for inviting them into your life, or forgive yourself for not seeing the red flags, or forgive yourself for trusting them. It's okay to forgive yourself if you can't forgive them. It will help you on that healing journey. It's a process and it takes a long time to get through and recover from something so difficult or something so traumatic in your life. But it is possible. It is possible to come out the other side, and you will. This is telling us that you will. Your dream is going to come true. But some forgiveness is required before you can make it there. And before you can make it out of these negative cycles or patterns. I want to read this round and round card as well to get a bit more information. If you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it is because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them when you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past? It's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and cease going round and round. So again, this is repeating to step back. Look at the situation you're in. Why are you feeling this sadness? What has contributed towards it? Who has contributed towards it? What changes can you make so that you don't keep getting attracted to the same type of person or finding yourself in the same type of scenario? So it doesn't need to be about people. It could be about scenarios. So it could be that you keep finding yourselves in the same type of job that's leading to nothing and you're making ends meet just to get by. What changes can you make? Is there a course that you could study? Is there a new hobby that you can take up that might lead to a career opportunity in the future? Look for alternate paths there. Do some research if you need to see what opportunities are open to you. And in terms of people, if it is people who are making you sad, who are getting you down, if it is things that the same person has done to you over and over again, you need to break out of that cycle. You need to recognize that is an unhealthy relationship. Look deeper into what they've offered you in your relationship, whether they've given you anything good or whether the bad very much outweighs the good. And if that is the case, you need to think about whether it's time to let that relationship go, because maybe it's not healthy, maybe it's not working for you. Maybe looking at it from another perspective makes you realize that that person is just causing you sadness and you just need to walk away from them, and that's okay. At times in life, we do need to walk away from people or from opportunities or from jobs that just aren't suiting us. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to hold on to your vision of what you actually want in the future. If you want a stable, secure life and your work or people in your life aren't offering you that right now, then they're probably not the right things for you and you probably need to let them go. Go in search of what you actually need. And that requires some forgiveness. It requires you forgiving yourself for getting into those situations, but also forgiving them for any ill intent they may have shown towards you. You don't have to do that, as I mentioned earlier. If it's impossible, if they've done something really bad to you that you just can't forget, that's okay. And I wouldn't actually advise you to forget it completely. It's a good thing to recognize those things and learn lessons from them rather than completely forget them. Otherwise, you could easily make the same mistake again. So it's better to have it somewhere in the back of your mind, but work on forgiving yourself for trusting in them or for not seeing that they had hidden intentions or motivations. Forgiveness is difficult, but it is possible and it is healthy and it is good, especially at clearing your slate and starting afresh. It helps us move on. And it seems like that's what's needed here so that you can have a great life and so that you can be happy again, because we want you to get out of this state. This is not a nice state to stay in, but the sun's just around the corner. You can make it there. You just need to take a few steps, step back and reevaluate and look at where you need to channel this forgiveness into before you can get there. You are going to break free of these cycles, I promise you. I'm just going to get a couple of quantum oracle cards just for a little bit more information on your next dream coming true. Group 3, these cards flew out for you, and I've already seen them because they flipped the right way up, but I can't believe it. So we have back and forth. What a surprise. It's literally exactly the same as round and round. You are going back and forth with something or someone. And then we have commitment, which I'm really happy to see. So if this is about a person, an unhealthy relationship dynamic, it may be that you were in sort of a back and forth relationship with them, or it can be to do with communication, that you were going through spells of not communicating with each other and then communicating again. But it was making you feel very unstable, literally like the seesaw, very up and down, and you couldn't relax at any point. And that might have been causing you this sadness. Now, what I see is that there's good coming for you. There's commitment on the horizon. So if what you're seeking is a committed relationship, it is coming your way. Even if you've gone through cycles and cycles of not being able to find that, you are finding that now. I promise you. Commitment is finding its way to you. And it could be in terms of a job too. I want to mention that. So it could be in terms of financial security or a job. You could be feeling like you haven't been able to find something that's right for you, or you've been changing jobs frequently, or having some other instability in your career life, but that is changing. You are finding commitments. You are finding a job that works for you and that stays pretty consistent. I think that's what you've been wanting for a while. You've been wanting stability and security, and you are getting that. So as I said, just make sure to take a step back, look at things from a different perspective, but don't let go of what you want, because that's how you're going to get it. And sometimes it requires a little bit of forgiveness, a little bit of learning lessons to get there. But it's on its way. Your next dream is coming true soon. That's all I've got for you, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Leave a comment to tell me which cards resonated with you most and why. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be hoping that your next dream comes true very soon. Bye!